In the stillness of morning, when the world was quiet and the sun had just begun to stretch its golden arms across the earth, a small creature stirred beneath the leaves. It did not rush. It did not run. It simply emerged, slow, steady, certain. With a shell shaped by time and footsteps as soft as whispers, the tortoise began its journey across the land, one quiet step at a time. This is not the story of speed. It is not a race. It is a life lived with patience, with purpose, and with peace. For the tortoise, every step is enough. Every moment matters. In its silence, there is strength. In its slowness, there is wisdom. This is the story of a creature older than empires and slower than time itself. Life on land. It had walked over grass, rocks, and soil. Its limbs, thick and sturdy, bore gentle weight. Its shell arched overhead, each scute, that is, each plate, forming a protective armor. Beneath its shell lay not a hollow void, but bone, ribs, and spine, integral parts of its body. It moved steadily, not fast, but purposeful. Step by step, it advanced. To others, it appeared slow, yet in its slowness was resilience. At times it paused, surveyed its surroundings, turned its head slowly, then resumed its quiet journey. While on land, the tortoise grazed on greens, leaves, blossoms, tender shoots. It was herbivorous in habit, though some tortoise species sometimes took opportunistic bites of animal matter in moist habitats. It was said that its shell consisted of more than 60 bones, all connected. Its skeleton, its fortress. It was cold-blooded. That meant it drew warmth from the sun and from its environment. On cooler days, it was less active. On warm days, it ranged more boldly. Many tortoises lived long lives, some over 100 years. Some even reached astonishing age records. Underwater. Though tortoises were primarily land dwellers, they sometimes entered shallow water to rest, bathe, or cool off. Their heavy shell and limbs were not designed for prolonged swimming. Many species could not swim well. In fact, deep water was often dangerous. But in gentle waters, the tortoise remained composed. It held its breath below the surface for periods, allowing it to stay submerged briefly. It paddled slowly, perhaps gliding just enough to cool its body. Its movement was cautious, as if aware that a misstep in deep water could prove fatal. While submerged, its nostrils and lungs waited above or just below the surface, reminding us of its dual dependence on air and aquatic respite. Mating season. In mating season, the tortoise's life took on a new urgency. Males would approach the female cautiously, circling, nudging, biting, or tapping the shell in courtship. Then, the male climbed onto the female's back, attempting to align cloacal openings for fertilization. If the mating succeeded, within weeks or months, the female prepared a nest, a carefully dug cavity in soil or sand. There she laid eggs, often a clutch of a few to several, then covered them and left. Unlike mammals, tortoises did not care for their young after laying. The hatchlings emerged on their own after incubation, digging their way to the surface. Egg incubation times varied, many between 90 to 160 days depending on species and climate. During mating seasons, life's rhythm changed. The forest or habitat stirred with renewed activity. Feeding habits and diet. Tortoises are herbivores. Their diet in the wild consists mainly of plants, including grasses, leaves, flowers, and occasionally fallen fruits. They use their strong beak-like mouths to tear and chew vegetation. Unlike mammals, tortoises don't have teeth. Instead, they rely on a sharp, horny edge along their jaws to bite through tough plant matter. Each species has its own preferred diet based on its habitat. Desert tortoises, for example, eat hardy plants like cacti and dry grasses. In contrast, forest-dwelling tortoises may consume soft vegetation, fruits, and even fungi. Tortoises are slow eaters. They take their time, chewing each bite carefully. Because of their slow metabolism, they can survive on surprisingly little food and water. Hydration often comes from moisture in their food, though they will drink water directly when available. In captivity, owners often feed tortoises leafy greens, vegetables like carrots or squash, and calcium-rich plants to support shell health. Movement, territory, and behavior. Despite their reputation for slowness, tortoises are persistent and active movers, especially during early morning and late afternoon. They walk using short, sturdy legs designed for support on rough terrain. Their thick, scaly feet grip the ground as they navigate rocks, dirt, and vegetation. Some species, like the Aldabra or Galapagos tortoise, are capable of walking several kilometers in a day. Tortoises are highly territorial. Males often patrol areas, scent marking or displaying dominance over rivals. If two males meet, they may engage in a form of combat, ramming into each other and trying to flip their opponent over. They use visual cues, vibrations, and even low-frequency sounds to communicate. In hot climates, tortoises are most active during cooler parts of the day. During extreme heat, they seek shade, burrow underground, or remain still to conserve energy and moisture. Their daily behavior is shaped by light, temperature, and food availability. They don't wander aimlessly. They remember paths, hiding spots, and feeding areas. The tortoise mind, intelligence in slow motion. Though silent, tortoises are not simple. They learn patterns. They remember feeding spots, recognize caretakers, and can even solve basic puzzles. Some researchers say tortoises are like slow computers, processing slowly but deeply. They have strong spatial memory. And while they don't bark or meow, they communicate with body language, posture, and movement. A tortoise may raise its body when excited, or retreat instantly when threatened. Their world is quiet, but not empty. Life lessons from the tortoise. The tortoise does not run. It does not panic. It does not look to the left or to the right to compare its pace. It simply walks, forward, at its own rhythm, without fear, without rush. And in that slowness, it teaches us something powerful. In a world obsessed with speed, where faster is better, where instant matters more than intention, the tortoise chooses presence. Every step is deliberate. Every moment is experienced. It does not multitask. It does not chase trends. It does not sprint to keep up with anyone. It just moves. And yet it gets there. It survives where others burn out. It endures where others collapse. It arrives not because it rushed, but because it never stopped. The tortoise reminds us that persistence is stronger than power, that consistency is greater than intensity, and that wisdom doesn't shout, it whispers. We often think life is a race, that we must hurry or be left behind. But the tortoise shows us, sometimes slowing down is how we truly arrive. Tortoise interactions with people. Over time, humans encountered tortoises. Some kept them as pets, others studied them, and some simply admired their slow grace. People gently touched their shells, marveled at their patterns, and watched their slow motion. Some caretakers provided greens, shade, proper water dishes. Others made mistakes, overfeeding, improper habitat, or painting shells, which can damage living tissue. A crucial reminder: a tortoise's shell is living tissue, with pores for gas exchange and absorption of UV light. Interfering with its shell can injure it. Observing a tortoise with people also showed trust, how a wild creature could adapt gently to human presence when treated with respect. Here are more fascinating facts. Tortoises have no teeth. Instead, they use sharp, beak-like edges to cut plants. A group of tortoises is sometimes called a creep. Many tortoises hibernated or brumated in colder climates. They emptied their stomachs and remained dormant until warmth returned. Some tortoises have been documented to live over 150 years, in rare cases more. Their sense of smell was keen. They used an internal organ, Jacobson's organ, connected via tongues to sample scents. Though typically slow, some tortoises, like the leopard tortoise, have shown surprising speed in short bursts. In many cultures, tortoises symbolize longevity, wisdom, and steadfastness. In Chinese myth, the tortoise is one of the 4 celestial animals, representing the north and endurance. In Native American lore, some tribes told of Turtle Island as the world's foundation. Fossil tortoises date back to the Jurassic period, over 150 million years ago. Some desert tortoises survive without water for months, obtaining moisture from plants. Certain tortoises, like Russian tortoise, can retract their head and legs entirely into their shell when threatened. Legacy of the tortoise. At last, the tortoise returned to its slow path, walking, resting, perhaps returning to shade or burrow. Its day passed in quiet persistence. May your eyes retain the memory of its shell, its steady step, its resilience. May you see that slowness need not be weakness, but strength in disguise. Let me ask you, after seeing this footage, what surprised you most? the mating, the swimming, the calm among people. Thank you for watching this journey with the tortoise, ancient, patient, enduring.
If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and click on the bell icon to get notified for more updates.
And also check out our previous videos for more animal infacts.